I'm a little bit late to the party on this recent revelation of another browser add-on caught spying on users. This is called PopperBlocker. So I had a recent request to take a look at this add-on, and yes, it turns out it is malicious. So this recent request from Dr. DuckDuckGo. Hey Quids, small suggestion, have you heard of PopperBlocker? I've been using it for 2 years, and they've been absolutely indispensable when browsing various websites that love adding many pop-ups as possible. They're quite annoying because they interrupt your session, and once you remove one, another pops up. Absolutely, yeah. I think anyone who used the internet back in the 90s and early 2000s will have many recollections of pop-ups. They used to be absolutely lethal back then. Today, Firefox gave me a notice that the extension could be harmful and advised me to uninstall it immediately, which I did. Ironically, Chrome has given 0 warnings. Doing some quick research, turns out this add-on does indeed track everything you do on the internet, supposedly anonymously. And it has 2.2 million users, 5-star rating, 63,000 upvotes in the Chrome store, which is quite misleading if malicious. So it's worth my time? Yes. So yeah, I've got another add-on that I've not actually managed to track down yet, so I thought I would do this video on PopperBlocker, just because this one's taken me a little while to work out what it is actually doing. We have this site, World Nature Net, which had a plummeting number of visits on the 19th and 20th of July, and another website called loadsource.org, which received a surge in the number of visits on the 19th and 20th of July. Yeah, it's almost like these sites are related, and from what I've seen on access logs, that does indeed seem to be the case. But I've not pinned down the specific add-on yet. So anyway, let's move on to this PopperBlocker, which we do know does track. Let's take a look at Exhibit A, the website of PopperBlocker. They do talk about the data collection. So the information we collect is non-identifiable, which may be made available or gathered via the user's use of PopperBlocker product. When you install it, we collect from you the type of device, operating system, and browsers you are using, the date and timestamp, browsing usage, including visited URLs, clickstream data or website address accessed, tab ID, the browser identifier, your IP address, trimmed and hashed so it cannot be used to identify you. We may disclose or share this information with third parties as specified below. Well, I think that has just indeed specified what you are doing. And being a browser add-on, you can see everything. Not just like a normal tracking thing, say like Google Analytics, which is used on a large number of websites. It is not necessarily used on all websites, so Google cannot track everything you do, although debatable if you're using Chrome. But through the use of an add-on like PopperBlocker, everything you do can be seen, although it may not be personally identifiable. We may share information including personal information in event of corporate transaction, e.g. sale of substantial part of our business, merger, consolidation or asset sale. You can opt out from this privacy policy, but as far as I can understand, that means you cannot use the add-on. Please note that unless you instruct us otherwise, we retain the information we collect for as long as needed to provide the services described herein, and to comply with our legal obligations, resolve disputes, blah blah blah. In event that you do not agree to the aforesaid collection, use and share of data, please uninstall or disable PopperBlocker product immediately from your device. Where provided under applicable law, e.g. within the European Union, you may have the right to ask us to delete personal information which you may have provided to us. Unwittingly, I would have thought, but they require proof of identity and reserve the right to charge a fee. It just sounds wonderful, this product, and I can't wait to use it. I certainly did go and install it, and they do give you this pop-up to agree or disagree with the privacy policy. To give you an idea of the usage of PopperBlocker, these are the statistics from OpenDNS, number of daily lookups, so it kind of peaks at around, 80,000? Sounds like quite a lot to me, considering the overall worldwide usage of OpenDNS is probably not that high. Presenting Exhibit B, PopperBlocker running in Chromium on a virtual system. So I've just opened up Chromium and already we have a lookup to PopperBlocker. And that is the address it uses, api2.popperblocker.com. It could be that the add-on is communicating on the website to find out what pop-ups it needs to block on the site. But then again, I've not gone anywhere. Anyway, I thought I'd just go to a few other sites and show you what it does. So we can see that upon accessing another website, it immediately queries Popper Blocker. And this behavior just carries on. No matter what you look at, it immediately queries Popper Blocker. Let's take a look at what is actually being sent. This is the transaction here. So IP address 34.195.34.97. Yep, that is the query response, or one of the IPs listed in the query response. So follow the TCP stream. This is encrypted traffic, HTTPS. So we can at least be thankful that it is encrypted. Unlike those first couple of sites I showed you at the beginning of the video, they were unencrypted. There's not particularly much data being sent there, but on the other hand, you don't really need to send a whole lot of data to specify what website a user is accessing. So if I go on a few more websites, I will still see that Popper Blocker is being queried. Perhaps one of the easiest ways of doing this is I'll put a filter in for that specific IP address for Popper Blocker, and I'll just literally click around a few more links. You can see that data is being sent to the site literally on everything I click on. With a mark it there. Again, we can see another load of data is being sent per page I'm clicking. And if I go across to another website, yep, same thing. So that add-on is leaking data like a sieve. So Popper Blocker has been removed from Firefox, but looking at Chrome, it is still available. What annoys me is this add-on is not technically doing anything wrong. The terms and conditions of Chrome allow for such behavior to take place within the add-on. I think their stipulation is it must be encrypted, which it is, but taking everyone's information and encrypting it still doesn't fly in my opinion. It's still not an ethical thing to do. The only way to find out what they're actually doing is to read that privacy policy. And how many people really do that? I bet many people don't. So if you're using Popper Blocker in your browser, I suggest you remove it. Well, thanks for watching. See you all later.